All right, look, this is how we're gonna play it. Every time you lose attention, I'm gonna rip a $100 bill. Okay, so pay attention so we can get through this video the right way. This is $100. If you think I'm playing with you, look, $100 bills right here. Every time you lose attention, I'm ripping it. Now listen to this quote right here. Listen to this. This is by Alexander the Great, by the way. No pun intended. Through every generation of the human race, there has been a constant war, a war with fear. Those who have the courage to conquer it are made free, and those who are conquered by it are made to suffer until they have the courage to defeat it or death takes them. Now, the reason why I'm saying that, just to catch your attention, is because people are scared of this. They're scared of losing money.
Please,
They're scared.
Please,
Has them shivering in their boots. They're scared. Go get a job. Go to school. Invest your money smart. Save your money. Put it in a bank account.
Please.
Save your money. Why?
No.
Why? Because they told us that? Again, people have a fear of money. And I'm here to tell you that that fear right there is the one thing holding you back from reaping a lot of benefits. In this video right here, we're going to be going over a strategy to teach you exactly how to become a multi-millionaire in 2021, trading cryptocurrency, of course, not stocks, not putting your money in a savings account and get 0.3% interest, not putting your money in an index somewhere and getting 7% a year. We know inflation's higher than 7% a year. Consumer price index is manipulated.
How could the CPI index be so far off then if it's 10%?
Deliberate human intervention. So they manipulated those numbers starting early 80s, and then it accelerated in the mid 90s.
Okay, we're getting a little bit too far here, but again, of course, guys, I know for a fact this is a strategy used by millionaires because I manage and coach multimillionaires, and this is probably your best chance at getting what you want out of the biggest transfer of wealth humans have ever seen before. Or you can go back to working at McDonald's while I rip up money in front of your face. Keep watching. What's going on, everybody? Alex back with another cryptocurrency video, and I'm not joking with you. This strategy I have used myself to turn a couple $100 grand into $1 million in less than 7 months, 8 months, if you want to be politically correct or accurate. Now, before you start bringing lessons that you learned in other financial backgrounds, guys, this was birthed and crafted in cryptocurrency specifically. My proprietary information, my method. I pioneered cycle trading in cryptocurrency and have created it for your benefit. And I'm going to be detailing everything, basically the whole structure of exactly how I cycle trade in extreme detail. It's going to be a longer video. Again, every time you lose attention, I will rip up $100. I'm down like $700 right now, but of course I make more money off these videos, so it's okay for me to gamble. And obviously, this is fiat currency. This is, they print this. This money is actually fake, literally and figuratively fake. This is fake, okay? So if you lose attention, I promise it's gonna hurt you. You're emotionally attached to this. I know you are. I know you are because you watch my videos religiously. You're emotionally attached to this money. Obviously, we're all striving to get more money, but if you have this as your biggest motivation, you're gonna fail to people like me that have nothing to lose, that are willing to go broke. But yeah, if you like the way I can keep things real, the fact that I'm truthful, honest on the internet, don't accept sponsorships on YouTube, do us both a favor, hit that subscribe button as well as the push notification bell. If you appreciate making money, this is definitely a channel for you. I talk about entrepreneurship and, of course, the mother lode of entrepreneurship, cryptocurrency. And yes, it's not financial advice, but people tend to make money on my channel. I mean, I'm losing money right now, so you guys can make some money. Again, like I said, this is fake money. It's fake, literally and figuratively. And if you thought it was real and you got butt hurt and you clicked off my video, I mean, that just says everything right there. That says everything you need to know. This is why when the market goes down, you have issues and you're contemplating selling your whole bag and you get emotional and you can't sleep for 5 hours. It's because this right here hurts your emotions. And once you get a control over this, once you can control this and control your emotions, you're going to make money. And this is exactly what the strategy was intended to do. It's supposed to put you in a position to where you can control your emotions and cycle in and out of the market where people are FOMOing, where people are panic selling. You're moving before them. Okay, so I'll detail everything now. You don't need even a computer. I recommend it, but you don't need to know any math skills. I have a 10-year-old currently doing it in my course as we speak right now. You don't need to be, old. I'm gonna explain it to you guys as if you were a baby so you can execute it step by step and follow my exact method. So I just want to be very clear with everyone. Like, if you're bringing that baggage from traditional finance and you're trying to interpret this strategy, it's not going to work. This was birthed in cryptocurrency to see exactly what works and what doesn't. And sometimes, it's hype buying, hype selling, whatever the case is. Again, let me just stop talking and building up this intro because it's getting absolutely ridiculously long. And just one thing I want to show, guys, follow me on Instagram. I'm doing coin calls that I'm not doing on any other platform, as well as TikTok. I'm trying to grow on other social medias so my friends can stop looking at me like I'm a bum and think I'm like, not really doing anything. Just kidding. But obviously, like it's really easy for me to, pop open TikTok or pop open Instagram and make a quick video rather than putting together a whole presentation for you guys.
All right, so I recently just made a TikTok video about how I'm a multi-millionaire driving a piece of shit Pathfinder with 200,000 miles on it, and I got a whole bunch of negative publicity.
Look, I'm a 26-year-old multi-millionaire. I have 22 people under employment, and I drive a beat-up Pathfinder with 200,000 plus miles. Look at that thing.
This really shows the type of mindset people have on TikTok. So I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to show you guys the truth to financial independence. But first, let me show my credibility because you probably don't believe it. This is just one of my revenue streams. I made $100,000 since the beginning of the year while you're worried about your fast cars and pretty women. Here's one of my trading accounts. This is my high risk, high reward. Here's another one of my trading accounts. This is my medium risk. Now, the truth is I have way more Bitcoin and Ethereum than those two accounts combined. But if I show you that, I have to kill you. People are basically saying, what's the point of working if you can't use your money to buy a car? And then I got people saying you can write off your car. Why would I write off my car when I could write off 6 computers for my 6 video editors and go viral as on YouTube and TikTok? See, the reason why I'm getting a lot of backlash is because you guys are sheep. Sheep follow sheep. I am a wolf. And I do things the common man does not do. Like reinvest his life into his business to get billionaire status, my man. I ain't no millionaire. Who do you think this is?
So go follow me on those 2 platforms. I'll leave the link in the description below. Also, I have other channels. I have an entrepreneurship channel and I have a shorter content clip channel, kind of like, JRE clips or, whatever clip. Basically, my editor takes small portions of the video, like the most important portions, and he puts it on a separate channel, right? So I can get more exposure. So go follow me there. Definitely take advantage of those links. Let's jump into the actual content now. All right, look, so I've made this video before, and as I make them, more and more, they get better and better. So if you're new to the channel, this is obviously gonna be some valuable content for you. But if you're already on the channel, guys, there's gonna be some stuff here. And there's nothing wrong with going through things a couple of times to make sure to reinforce what you understand. So the only strategy to become a Bitcoin millionaire in 2021, the reason why I say the only strategy, because people are lying to you on the internet, guys. You have to understand a lot of YouTubers have influence. So if they call a coin and it goes up 40%, sometimes it's just off the muscle of their video. That's just the truth, right? So it doesn't mean they're necessarily right. It just means that they pumped the coin and they had a bag before you did. Just to be completely open and transparent with you guys, that's just the game that we play, right? Look at Elon Musk, for example. He talks about Dogecoin, it pumps, right? You kind of want to put yourself in a situation, I call it the 1,000 choice rule, okay? So if your strategy is to go on YouTube and follow YouTubers and try to make money off of, just them calling coins, right? If you do that 1,000 times through the bear market, right? Through sideways action where there isn't like irrational exuberance in the market and there aren't people just buying everything, right? If you do that in that type of market for a long period of time, are you going to be right more than you're wrong? That's the question you want to ask, and that's for every strategy. Are you going to be right more than you're wrong? And if the answer is no, then your strategy is flawed, okay? That's just the truth, okay? So stop taking people's advice for coin calls, and there's nothing wrong with starting your research from it, right? I give you guys coins, and then, sometimes they make money, right? But you have to start your research there, right? You have to start and go back it up with your own evidence, because if you don't, again, the 1,000 decision rule is gonna eat you alive, okay? You're gonna lose money over time. So what to expect? Basically, what I'm trying to do here is I'm gonna give you a bird's eye view or like a macro perspective of the whole entire process I use to make money in cryptocurrency. It's a rinse and repeat process. I actually have a checklist you can literally go through, which I'll show at the end of this, where you can check off the boxes and simply put together your investment analysis for any coin on the market. You can literally just go on the market, go to page 5 on CoinMarketCap, close your eyes, pick a coin, and then it will tell you if it's overvalued or undervalued. It's very simple and straightforward. I'm gonna give it to you from start to finish with no detail left out, okay? Obviously there's some proprietary information that I have to leave out, but when it comes to the whole macro perspective of exactly what's going on, I'm giving it to you from like start point A to Z, as if I'm researching a coin myself, okay? Now, I'm not gonna give you false hope or sugarcoat anything, okay? If you guys think I'm gonna come over here and make you feel good about yourself on this YouTube channel, you're in the wrong place. My goal is to make people money or help people make money in finance. And sometimes that requires you unlearning or taking out what you already know, and that requires lowering your ego sometimes, right? I'm wrong. I can admit when I'm wrong all the time. I admit when I'm wrong on my YouTube video. I have specific videos dedicated, literally dedicated to the wrong choices I have made in cryptocurrency. So if you can't accept that, leave now. Leave the channel now. This is probably not for you, okay? I'm just being truth and honest. Sometimes it's gonna hurt your ego, okay? Now, the results I have done, I can rinse and repeat this process. So it's not like a one-time thing. 1,000 question rule, 1,000 decision rule. Can you do it 1,000 times and make money over and over again? Obviously, we're not right every single time. That would be a scam. It's a rinse and repeatable process that's gradually getting better and evolving over time as I get more information. Once in 6-year opportunity, if you mess this cryptocurrency bull market up, hold on, where's my money? If you mess this cryptocurrency bull run up, there goes your money. Everything you worked for the past year, not only your money you're losing, not only this fake fiat currency here, you're losing this, but you also lost all that time trading. So I want to be very clear. Don't dilute your profits. Don't have shiny object syndrome. Focus on a strategy that works, okay? You got leverage trading. There's so much opportunity in crypto. You got these arbitrage trading robots that you can buy. You got some cryptocurrency YouTuber telling you about this, and that. Guys, I'm just gonna be real with you. Even if it's not this one, the truth is, pick one. Just pick one and stick to it. Because if you try to have shiny object syndrome, you're gonna lose in general. That's just the truth. Okay, don't get greedy and not take profits. In this video, okay, in this strategy, I show you how to take profits at the right time, right? And actually make money. A lot of people are just gonna, I don't wanna say it, but you're just gonna be caught holding the bag. Most of you, the statistics say that 90% of you watching this video are gonna be caught holding the bag when the market goes pop, okay? Let's at least try to fix some of you. The people that have an open mind watching my video, let's at least try to fix it a little bit. Now, the strategy is very easy, and I know it's kind of contrary to what you're thinking, like, oh, Alex is about to give us like a super ninja strategy. But the simple things in life, KISS, right? Keep it simple, stupid. The simple things in life are the most effective. Look at Apple's branding. Look how Apple has their iPhones. They're so simple and elegant. This strategy is simple and elegant to where anyone could do it, but if you get your pride involved and you try to start bringing these tactics from other places, it's not gonna work, okay? It doesn't require insane computer or math skills. As long as you can navigate YouTube, right, and do basic, calculations on a calculator, you'll be good, okay? It doesn't require you to learn algorithms or you don't even need to learn TA. I recommend it. It's a good tool to have in your belt, right? But you don't need to get crazy with technical analysis. You guys know I am not a crazy TA guy, right? Ooh. So let's keep going. Results can make life-changing amount of money. I just want to go into it and explain to it in great detail, guys. Like, this is a 1 in like 100-year chance, okay? Don't mess it up, is what I'm trying to say. It can life-changing results, okay? Now it's getting hot in here. Let me just take this off. It seems like every time I get to this part of the video, I start sweating from all the lights and stuff like that. Hold on one second. Let's do this. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Now, the strategy has changed. Like I told you guys, before it was just cycle trading, but now it's kind of changing. Now I call it a hybrid strategy because it's kind of like a saving and an investing at the same time type of strategy. So it entails basically this. If you were to chalk it up to just like, 5 different variables, fundamental analysis, which is in my opinion most important, technical analysis, yield farming, and that's where it changes, dollar cost averaging, and cycle trading. That's basically the 5 principles, and we'll break them down. Like I said, it's gonna be like a baby. You're gonna be able to explain this to somebody else after this video because of how easy I explain it to you. Now, you don't need a lot of money to do this. With this right here, with $3,500 or $10,000, you can get life-changing results. I'm talking about you can get a year's worth, okay, not a month's worth of rent, or a year's worth of income. If you're making 50 grand a year, you could easily 20x $3,000 and turn it into $60,000. And for people that are like, oh, wow, there's no way. I've already 20x my money this year, or last year, 2020. I've already 20x my money in 2020. I don't know what you're talking about. We have more multiples. Don't get, distracted, guys. Now, one thing I want to say, again, this is not BS. I'm just telling you the truth. This is one variable. So most people think that all you have to do is go on YouTube and go invest in cryptocurrencies. You're going to become a millionaire overnight. That is not the case in any way, shape, or form. Most of you don't have a lot of money to your name. And when I mean a lot of money, it depends on where you live in your country. But if, like, for example, you're in America and you're trying to invest with $200, good luck, okay? It's not gonna work out. You need a little bit of money. You need like at least $1,000 to $2,000 will get you what you want, right? You're not gonna get there with, it's gonna be, I mean, you could turn $200 into maybe like $2,000 or maybe $3,000, but it's like, that's not life changing, right? So sometimes you have to fix your cash flow problem. So if you're not making money, if you don't have a job, like guys, stop watching YouTube videos if there's no income coming in. If you have to pay things like rent and you have no income coming in, now obviously this is subject to change. Like if you're only getting, you know, if you have like $500 coming in a month, which is not a lot in the United States, and you have no bills and obligations, that's a different story, right? Some of you are young enough to have that privilege. But if like the amount of money that's coming in is less than the amount of money that's going out, I recommend you fix cash flow first. You fix your cash flow situation. Now, the reason I say that is because this strategy, not always, but most of the time, requires you to get more fiat into your cryptocurrency portfolio with the dollar cost average strategy. So again, the only person that will tell you this, I'm gonna get like at least 1,000 people that click off the video when I say this right now. It is not about just investing. There's two variables. It's cash flow and then investing that cash flow. If you have no cash flow, you're screwed from the start. This is the truth. This is the real deal, no spiel. Again, if you appreciate that, share this with somebody that needs to hear it. If your friend's talking about Dogecoin and how to make money off Dogecoin, come share this video with him, man. Let's really invest. Let's not play these games. It's not a game. This is real money. Not only do you lose your time when you invest, but you also lose your physical money, which was a byproduct of your time. So it's like losing time times 2, if that makes sense. Let's continue. So if we keep going here, this is the literal formula to a 6-figure or 7-figure portfolio, guys. This is it right here. You could chalk it up to this right here, okay? Asymmetrical environment. Now, it happens to be that cryptocurrency right now is asymmetrical, so we're working in crypto, but this could work anywhere, okay? Risk management. Good risk management, you can go to a casino, put a blindfold on, bet on the house, and, you know, make money, or bet anywhere, bet all red, and make money with good risk management. I do it all the time. When I'm on a boat or something, I use this strategy, and I always let me not jinx it, because they're gonna come after me, but I'm up right now. At least like the last 4 times I was profitable, but that's besides the point. Risk management with good fundamental analysis will weigh the odd in your favor. You can make money, you know, with 30-70 odds with good risk management. If you have good risk management, even if you're losing 70% of the time, you can make money. But with fundamental analysis in an asymmetrical environment, it pushes those odds higher so you can make way more money. Does that make sense, guys? Right? So all of these together, asymmetrical environment plus risk management plus fundamental analysis equals easy investing. Okay? This is how it works. Let's go to the first step. Asymmetrical environment. Okay, now let me explain this concept to you if you haven't came from cryptocurrency or any financial background. This is the S&P 500. So the S&P 500 is basically a stock market index that measures the stock performance of 500 large company or the largest companies listed on the stock exchange in the United States. It's one of the most commonly followed indexes, right? So right now the market cap of this is $23 trillion. Let me explain what asymmetrical means. Okay, you'll get it. Okay. So if you compare S&P 500 to crypto, which by the way, I'm going to blow your mind right now. If you look at the last time I made this, the part 2, I made the same video, the part 2, the market cap of cryptocurrency was like $350 billion. Now it's 1.5 trillion. Now I'm not trying to give you guys a FOMO or like feel like you missed out. What I'm saying is we're growing pretty fast, okay? So the 2 things that most people say in cryptocurrency, I should have got more and I should have got in earlier. This is the earliest you could ever get in, right? And the more factor means how much cash flow you have. Do you guys get what I'm saying? If you have more cash flow, then you can put more money in. So market cap of S&P 500 is 23 trillion. If we get to that point, right, we're looking at like a 20x, like a 15, 17, a huge multiple, guys. And this is all of cryptocurrency. So it's not just about being in an asymmetrical environment. It's called the triple inception. We'll explain that, but really quickly. So another variable to look at is the world's broad money. This is essentially all the liquid cash in the world, right? The S&P 500 makes up about 30% of the world's broad money. And we're talking about the world, not just the United States. So again, the world's broad money, which is all the money that everybody has that's liquid, okay, makes up about 30% of the S&P 500. So it's about 3 point whatever times bigger than the S&P 500. So cryptocurrency is only 1% of the world's broad money, meaning we have so much room to grow. Okay, again, look, 1.5 trillion in crypto, 23 trillion in the S&P 500, and 80 trillion in the world's broad money. Now, cryptocurrency is a world currency, meaning anyone can get into it anywhere, any country. That's not the same thing with the S&P 500 and stock trading. It's not the same thing at all. So we have a lot. What I'm trying to put here is that cryptocurrency has a lot of growth potential, ridiculous growth potential. This is what an asymmetrical environment is. You don't just do the asymmetrical environment. We do the asymmetrical environment triple inception. So we put ourselves in an asymmetrical environment. Within that asymmetrical environment, we look for an asymmetrical market. And within that, we look for an asymmetrical problem. I'll explain. So this is crypto. This is a circle of crypto, okay? This is all of crypto, the big one, okay? What we look for, and this is the bigger bubbles, are sectors within crypto, okay? So like you can consider this like currencies or DeFi or, you know, NFTs or gaming coins. There are different sectors within crypto. Now, what we look for is individual use case solving specific problems within that sector. So use cases that are valuable in an emerging trend. We even take it a step further. This is where the triple inception comes in. So from that, we look at individual products and we buy a basket of them within the specific use case. So it's like having and these are usually small market cap. So it's usually like, it's like an asymmetrical environment within the asymmetrical environment. And then we find asymmetrical coins within the second one, triple inception. You guys get it. You guys understand. Hopefully you do. And then we'll break down the actual, you know, all the, you know, environments and stuff like that with a checklist. So I'll explain. So this is usually how it is. So again, asymmetrical environment, specific use cases. Within the use cases, we find individual products solving the specific problem, right? And then we buy a basket of those problems or solutions to those problems, if that makes sense. And we find out the problems by just looking at the developers and what they're talking about. Problems in the world, there's a lot of ways to do that. Sometimes I just tell you in my course and stuff like that what the problems are. But we buy a basket of them, okay? Typically we'll buy the majority or most of them, small baby market cap altcoins. So anything from $1 to $10 million in their market cap. We buy a couple medium and we buy a couple large. We buy a basket of them, okay? Now, all of these coins typically solve the same exact problem. And the reason why we buy a basket is because of this, risk management. Now, this is just kind of a taste of risk management. We're going to go into it deeper, okay? Of course, we're going to go into it way deeper. But this is how it works. You use fundamental analysis to find coins before everybody else instead of buying after the YouTuber pumped the coin, right? Literally, this is what happens. Like, somebody will put out a video about VeChain, and then as soon as they put it out, the coin pumps and everybody gets in, and then like the YouTuber and his people in his circle will dump on you. I'm not calling anyone out. I'm just saying that's typically what happens, and this happens with pump and dumps as well. So just be very careful, right? So instead of doing that, let's find the coins before the YouTuber finds the coins, or let's find the coins before anybody else finds the coins, right? So that they can pump your bag. Find coins with value that no one is talking about. And then when they pump it eventually, you sell it for more when the market catches up, okay? This is baby terms. I told you I was gonna explain it to you, very simple. Now, this is where risk management comes into play. You put very small amounts of money into all these different types of coins, and the ones that work far outpace the ones that lose. So these two coins that made me money, this is like a 10, 20x here, and these only lost me 100% of my investment. So let me explain. If you put $100 into each of these coins, you could only lose that $100. You can only lose 100. But if you make money and they win, they're so small, the market cap's so small, it's like penny stocks. You guys seen Wolf of Wall Street? The market cap is so small that it 20x's and makes you $2,000 or $3,000, which makes up for all your losses. This is why it's like a really good strategy, because it's like, it's fairly simple as long as you have good risk management. I told you guys, having good risk management is everything. So this is kind of a physical representation of what I'm talking about. Most of the smaller market caps go to zero, right? And they don't usually go to zero. They'll just lose a lot, right? And then that one that hits, oh boy, it hits. Like we get like 10x's in 7 days. Like 7 days, we'll get like a 10x, 20x, like crazy coins like that, right? And then it's kind of like here, same thing. And then kind of the bigger market cap coins typically perform very well. So those are easy, but you can't make a lot of money just investing in bigger market caps. You could, like it depends on what a lot of money means. Like if you're a multi-millionaire, if you're worth like $20 million or something, then yeah, you probably should be investing in super large market caps so that you don't lose your money. And even them, you know, I encourage all of them, the people I coach, to get into smaller market cap so we can get more money. But typically that's how they'll invest. Just they want to be a little bit safer. They don't want to lose all your money. But if you have small amounts of money, if you have less than 50 grand, less than 100 grand, you need to be getting as much profit as you possibly can and milking this as big as you possibly can. And it's not always going to happen with buying like Cardano and Polkadot, top 10, even top 20, top 30 coins. It's not going to do it for you. I promise. It's not going to do it, at least on the level we're trying to take it. We're holding ourselves to a higher standard. This is the literal, again, I want to like burn this in your brain, literal formula to a 6-7 figure. I didn't put that in there, but it is a 7-figure formula because it has worked for multiple people. Look, let me show you something. I have a course, 6-figure plaque, 7-figure plaque. We've already given away some of these. It works on a 6-figure and a 7-figure level. As you can see here, we had to buy these. It's very expensive. You know, that's what we did, right? This works in an asymmetrical environment with good risk management. Now let's dive into risk management, okay? Foundations of risk management. Now, it's all about having a good macro portfolio so that you don't get emotional. And typically how we do it is we have the majority BTC ETH. I'm not gonna go into it too much, but essentially those are big plays because they're the most proven. You know, they're gonna do really well anyways. They're gonna like 5-10x. So at least you wanna get the profit. And also you wanna weigh everything, all the altcoin decisions you make against BTC and ETH, because there's no reason to buy it if it's under competing or not out competing BTC and ETH. Now we usually have a little bit of like 50% of our money on the side. So for example, if you're doing this with, you know, I don't know, $2,000, you put 1,000 in USD, hold it to the side, ready to buy the dip. You do 20% Bitcoin, and this changes. This is just a structure. I don't want you guys to think, don't hold this like, you know, it's the ultimate way to do it, because it's right now, specifically being that we're in altcoin season, this is actually heavily outweighed towards alts. So I'm about 40% in alts right now. So it changes with the market cycle, okay? You have to look at the flows of money. It's complicated. We're not here to talk about that. We're just talking about the specific strategy, right? So typically that's why I have it. I'll have like 50% in USD and then 20% in BTC. And then we use dollar cost average for that USD. So the USD sitting on the sideline, it's not gonna sit there and collect dust. It's to buy the dip because this market is extremely volatile. Dollar cost averaging makes volatile markets stable with your portfolio. Let me explain. So for example, if you go to casino, and I told you this works in casinos because it does, and you put, let's say for example, $1, and let's say by hypothetical, it's a 50-50 situation, like red and black on roulette or something like that. So you have a 50% chance of hitting black, 50% chance of hitting red. I know it's not 50-50, but to make this easy, let's just say that. I say this example all the time. So essentially, you go and you could say, hey, I'm gonna put it on red, and you win. Boom, plus $1. So you have increased your pot by $1. Now let's go back to the next bet. You lose, okay? You lose your money, okay? So you're down $1, you bet again. Now this is where it specifically comes into play. You have to double or increase the amount you bet. So we don't actually double every time because it gets ridiculous, but we increase the amount in which we buy the second portion. Now let's just do it for doubling to make it easier. So you double your money, okay? Boom, you lose again. Now you're down $3. You double it again. You make a decision, 50-50 chance, boom, you win. So look, you just lost $3, but you're up $4. That means you have another positive one. This is where risk management comes into play. You had a positive one for the first bet, positive one for the second bet. Now you're up $2. Let's go to the next one. You bet again, boom, you won in the first time. Up $3, right? Go to the next one. You put down $1 or whatever it is. You lose. You go to the next one, you put out $1 or whatever the case is. You lose, okay? You lost $1. You double up. Now you win $2. There's another +1. You see, now at the end, you came up with +6. You guys understand my situation. You have to increase the amount you buy by, okay? So this is where, you know, researching the project comes into play because people are gonna get scared and not want to increase their amount and get, you know, really scared about their investment. But this is where emotional control comes into play, guys, right? This is basically the best, most effective way. I told you this was birth in crypto. I mean it. They've been using it for years. This is the best way to onboard fiat or government-backed currency into digital currency. It protects from volatility, protects from emotional investing, and a high chance of profit if done correctly. Because remember, this is an asymmetrical environment. This doesn't work in all environments. This doesn't work in stocks because it's not asymmetrical anymore. Stocks have a better chance of losing money than gaining at this point. Stocks are at their all-time high. Cryptocurrency is not. We have a lot of room to grow. And you can say this with gold, silver, whatever you want. So having that macro portfolio structure is really important. Now, We talked about Ethereum. We talked about USD. We talked about Bitcoin. Now, how do you split up the altcoins? Well, we kind of explained it. Now, again, this is very vague. It changes over time. It's kind of like I'm giving you guys the skeleton, right? And, you know, humans are built of different things. Every human has a skeleton, but, you know, different eye color, different skin color, different head shape, right? Some of you don't have a mustache. I got the mustache. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's different. So this changes, okay? This changes. Let's go to the most important part, in my personal opinion, which is fundamental analysis. And this is what allows us to find these projects before anybody else does, okay? It consists of a lot of things. This is old. I'm gonna give you guys the new updated version, but let's kind of get through this and then we'll go to it, right? So if you use good fundamental analysis to find these coins, that's where you can find and put small amounts into the different coins and get this asymmetrical return. This is where it changes a little bit, and I just wanna be clear with you guys. This is not, I'm pioneering this strategy, so things change, but there's a new opportunity in cryptocurrency called yield farming. Okay, so yield farming is essentially allocating your money to a protocol. This is high level stuff, but it allocates your money to a protocol and they go and find these, arbitrage or whatever the case is. They go and find different ways to make you money and then they give you the money back, okay? Or you can use it for liquidity provision. You can give liquidity to a protocol. They use your money to do a trade or something. Essentially, these protocols need money and they need lots of it to make their product work. So if you give them the money to use it, they'll give you a fee in return, okay? Now, this is a very difficult strategy. This is for high-level individuals, so I just want to be very clear with you guys. The guidelines I usually stick to is find coins with yield farming that's 30 to 50% APY. Might be a little bit too much. I wrote this back in the day, but I think it's probably better if you look for things that have 20 to 40% APY. This is annual percentage yield. The importance of that is because anything higher than that is pretty much a scam. If you see like APY with like 1,000%, guys, there's too much inherent risk, right? But if it's 20 to 40 or 30 to 50%, that means that it has lower risk because more people are in it. The more people that jump into it, the lower the annual percentage yield gets. So high ones, that means that everybody's scared of it for a reason. And as you get better, you'll be able to analyze the risk for yourself. Now, when it comes to yield farming, and I'm talking about, remember that other 50% that was sitting there in USD? You could take stable coins and get yield waiting to buy the dip. So like, I have money in different protocols where the dip comes in, right? We lose money on all of our crypto, whatever the case is. You want to buy the dip. I'm generating yield 15% APY while the dip is going down. When I see the dip reversing, I pull out my money and go ahead and I buy the cryptocurrency I want and get the upside potential of the cryptocurrency, and I get the yield on the down. So it's money on money on money. These strategies allowed me to really make some serious money in cryptocurrency. So yield farming, be very careful because there's a lot of scam protocols. We're talking about low-level innovation. Like we're talking about the depths of the depth of the depth, like the lowest level you can get in cryptocurrency. You want to look for audited code. Make sure that somebody looked at the code and it's not a scam. Somebody's going to rug pull you, take your money. You never want to risk impermanent loss. This is a video for something you got to talk about in a complete whole video, but you'll avoid impermanent loss if you just stick to stable coins. So just stick to stable coins. I don't have time to explain it to you. This video is getting really long. Stick to stable coins. You will avoid impermanent loss. Okay, well-known projects only. Be careful of anonymous founders. These things right here will basically weed out like 90% of all the BS projects out there. If you could do this, you'll be good 90% of the time. Now, the other 10% of the time, it gets a little bit crazy, but again, this video is going to get way too long. But with this right here, literal formula, asymmetrical environment, risk management, fundamental analysis will get you easy investing. We explained risk management. We explained the asymmetrical environment. Now, let's talk about specifically fundamental analysis. This is where I come into play. This is my proprietary information right here. Let me show you what I pioneered. So we have a checklist that you could literally run through. You guys are looking at it right here, okay? So there's a lot of ways you could do it. I'm gonna briefly go over it. You guys can screenshot it, take notes, whatever you want, watch the video 100 times to get this information. I don't care. It's just a good amount of pages, so I'm not gonna sit here and waste my time, right? But basically, this is typically how it goes, okay? We look at pre-research. We identify the market conditions to see if there's something gonna happen. We usually look for like an emerging trend, right? So review past history and look at the past and how it relates to the current state of the market, okay? And more emphasis on, recent history, obviously because old history is old history, right? And then we track the current market trends to see if there's any big paradigm shifts in cryptocurrency, right? Is there any movement of money? Where's the money flowing to? In this case, this is how we were able to identify DeFi back in August, a long time ago. We got into DeFi like really early because we saw people converging on, decentralized finance. And we were very right. And this is how I made a lot of money, right? Now, a couple places you can do this is by following people that are smarter than you. Go into the Twitters, the Facebook groups, the YouTube, Reddit, Discord, Telegram, anything you possibly can. AMAs, you can go, guys, believe it or not, but the best source of information is just following the top level developers in DeFi. Why are you wasting your time? Just follow those guys. Do what those guys are doing. They're smart, right? Yeah, so you can literally go into these projects and look at everything you need to look at to get your answer, right? The answers are all there. Once you spot a current trending ecosystem, you have to basically brainstorm and understand where it could possibly go. And you could even listen to other people's answers. You don't have to like be a genius. You could just listen to other smart guys' answers of where DeFi is going and find projects within that emerging trend. The goal here of everything they're saying is to find an emerging trend. What's the emerging trend? Is it an actual emerging trend or is it a fake out emerging trend? Right now, the emerging trend is DeFi, okay? Now there's other trends that are kind of just coming and going, but the biggest one by far is DeFi, okay? So from that, you have to basically put together a list of coins. Now, the coins, the reason why you're putting together a list, remember I told you guys the ecosystem within the ecosystem, right? We're talking about inception, asymmetrical inception. You're looking for specific use cases. So for example, if you're talking about, I don't know, aggregator. I know it's going over most people's head, but that's like one segment in DeFi that you can only look at specific aggregators and compare them to each other. Now, it's going to get crazy. There's 7,000 cryptocurrencies. I could pay $100 right now and make my own shitcoin, out of thin air. I could definitely do that. But the way you weed it out is by looking at this market cap ranking. Market cap, the lower the better, but it depends, right? The lower the better when it comes to making money, but the higher the market cap, the more safe, right? So you have to kind of find that sweet spot. Circulating supply, lower the better, of course. Total supply, the lower the better, because it's about the amount of supply that's out there. Less coins means that there's more scarcity. So that's always obviously better to pump the price of the coin. You can look at the actual market cap. Full dilution is good. Coin distribution. So this is important. This is where you take out a lot of scam protocols. Make sure that the coin didn't take all the money from themselves and only give the public like 20% of the coins, because they're going to dump it on you. Make sure that the project, when they distributed the initial coins, the majority went to the public. It's really important, okay? Also look at, the last all-time high and how far you are away from it. If it's a strong coin, you don't want to buy coins that are already at their all-time high. In some cases you do if you want to make quick profit. But if you want to make long-term serious profit, you want to find coins that have lost a lot in comparison to their all-time high, right? All-time high basically just means where's the top of that coin, how high has it gone, right? So if it lost, like, let's say, for example, 500% in comparison to its all-time high, that means it has 500% to go back to its all-time high. It has a lot of growth, if that makes sense, okay? You can look at, for example, the quality of the website, the white paper, right? How many pages are on the white paper? This is just a quick way to kind of just quickly run through a protocol and see if it's BS, right? So from that, you can even look at social media metrics. I'm not going to go into it too much. You guys can look at this for yourself. Google Trends, website conversion design. These are really easy ways to jump into it after. But again, initial vetting process, you could just run through this really quickly. And then you can pick a list of 10 or 20 coins. You want to get 20 of them. I even show you guys how to organize it in the course and put it on your desktop and do it the right way. Obviously, that doesn't work all the time. But from that, you can actually analyze it. So you want to pick a benchmark coin, the best of this class. So literally, let's say, for example, you pick 5 or 10 undervalued coins. You want to pick the one with the highest market cap and use that as a comparison to all the other 10 coins, right? So you can figure out what's going to be the next one that wins, right? What's going to be the next one that jumps up in price, right? So, and the way you could do that is by looking at its marketing, ecosystem metrics. There's a lot more to this. I will be admit this is kind of the watered down version, but we have a complete list. We have a complete list somewhere else. I'm just telling you guys that right now. But you can definitely look at all these and it'll give you the answer 90% of the time. Like, this is pretty much everything that you need to look at and you'll be good, okay? So go ahead and screenshot it or whatever the case is. Now, also, you can look at it from a technical analysis perspective. And now the reason I do that is because when you look at it from TA, you can find good entries and exits. It's what it's used for. I usually use it for that. Look at it, key resistance, historical support resistance. I don't take it like overboard and start making every single decision off technical analysis. That's not my way to do it. That's personally my opinion. Now, the reason for that is because this market's too small. The less the market cap, the least relevant technical analysis becomes. And it's more about just finding the value before anybody else finds the value, right? So they can pump your bag. Okay, So from that, you pick your coins 1 out of 10 rankings, and then you go through every variable that you see here, and you literally rank, 1 out of 10. Literally, you could just go through, like for example, the marketing, the initial vetting process, the ecosystem metrics, how good it looks from a TA perspective, and literally rank it 1 to 10 for each coin, and then just find the top 3 coins that have the highest ranking. Get the average of the top coins, and there you go. There's the money. You guys just pretty much got like 80% of everything we do, like when it comes to finding these coins. Like I just literally gave it to you for free on the internet so you could do it for yourself. Now, obviously, I have a course and proprietary information that I just don't want to give to everybody on the internet, because if I did that, then it makes my strategy irrelevant because everybody knows it, right? But in this case, like, I do not want to hear any excuses somebody doesn't have money for a course or something. Like, I just gave it to you all right here. Like, everything is right here. Now, obviously, we talked about portfolio and risk management. That's on there as well. Now, a really important fact that people always kind of just, they, for some reason, avoid it. I don't know why. Post-research is just as important as the actual research. So you have to be keeping up with all these projects. If you have 45 different cryptocurrencies, there's no way you're going to be able to keep track of 45 different cryptocurrencies. I don't care what you tell me. I know you're just playing games. You're throwing darts at the wall in the dark, hoping one sticks. That's what you're doing. There's not a real investment strategy. Even if you have more than 30 coins, you're still pushing it. Personally, I have less than 15. And I am an expert trader. I've been doing this for years, for 6 years. And I only have 15. So post-research is very important. Following up with that's basically what it says. Following up with the project, understanding, making sure that you're not going to lose all your money. So let's go through the summary real quickly, and then we'll conclude this video. Choose an ecosystem wisely. Make sure the ecosystem is emerging. Stop trying to guess and picking like this random Joe Schmo coin that nobody knows about for some random use case that nobody cares about. Pick the ecosystem. It's important, okay? An emerging one. Create a list of tokens, and then you can sit there and break it down by the initial vetting process, research, marketing, leadership, product, industry, and ecosystem metrics. Use technical analysis over several time frames to get your entries and exits. Choose your top 3 coins, okay? Track the coins and create watch lists. Consider portfolio allocation and risk management, and then post-research, keep up with your coins and make sure that at least in profit, make sure you're making money. But yeah, guys, I mean, that's pretty much everything. This is a long video. I wanted to get it out to you. Every time I make these videos, people benefit immensely from it. So if you appreciate that, again, subscribe to the channel. But that's it for this video, guys. If you like the quality of this content, hit like. If you don't, leave some constructive criticism. Subscribe for more video updates. And like I always say, if you don't get with this technology, you will get left behind. I'm freaking losing my voice. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Catch you in the next one.